How to create SEO articles. How do you create articles that optimize to rank on the search engines? How do you actually create these articles to drive traffic? And how do you actually create these articles to actually convert visitors into customers? That's exactly what I'll be going over in this post. So first of all, what you want to do is you want to do keyword research. So before we get into the on-page SEO, you want to do keyword research. So very briefly, keyword research is simply finding search terms that your customers are looking for. So let's just say you own a fitness related site, so you can just do something like best weight gainers, best weight gainer bars, best weight gainer for teenagers, right? So you'd find these search terms and you'd want to target these particular search terms. So let's just say you've got the keyword you want to rank for, you got the search term, and the search term is best weight gainer bars, and this is just an example website that I have. So what you want to do is put this keyword into strategic places, and there are three main places you want to place your keyword in. That's the Google title, that's the H1 header, and the URL. So right here in WordPress, the title is going to be the H1. So if we highlight this, if you look right here, it's a H1, right? So just check that. Next up, you want to make sure it's in your actual Google title. So I'm using Yoast SEO for this. So let's just go to the bottom of the page, I believe it's at, so we can edit this snippet. So this is what it's going to show up on Google. So again, we've got the keyword in the best weight gainer bars. Next up is to actually have it in the URL right here. So the slug, best weight gainer bars. So those are the three main places you're going to want to have your keyword in. Next up, you want to actually put it in the actual article itself. So as you can see, I put it right at the top. Are you looking for the best weight gainer bars? And what I've done is gone ahead and highlighted it. So those are the main places you're going to want to put it. Next up is the word count. Now, just because you write more words doesn't mean you're going to rank higher on Google, right? So what you can do is just simply check the competition. See what other people are doing. Best weight gainer bars. So right here, you can see they're going for the snippet. So what you're going to want to do is optimize for the snippet. So they've mentioned 15 bars, and in this post it's only mentioned 3. So what I'd want to do is increase that, and I'd want to list it. So maybe I can list it as 1, 2, 3, which I've done here. And that will help me optimize for the snippet, and maybe I can take this spot, right? And you basically want to go in there and see how many words they've got. So it's not a whole lot of words. These are just other people's posts. So you have very little content here. So they've only got, what, 246 words there, which isn't a whole lot. So there's an Amazon, so you don't really need to count the word count. You can just look at the user intent. When they write multiple bars, they're looking for a list. So let's just go on this one. And again, they're looking for a list again. So this may not even be serving the right intent. However, if you search via the US, it changes. So let's just change the search to US. So I'm just using a VPN for this. And all right, I'm connected. Am I connected to Spain? Nope, connected to the US. Best weight gainer bars. So again, Men Health's at the top. Amazon, second place again. Live Strong. Workoutuni.com. So the SERPs change based on the location. So let's just see how many words this has got. So 758 words. So this has got a lot more. So this has got about 4,000 words. So I would say you probably need about 2,000 words to rank for this. Now let's see how many words we've got. We've got about 1,500 words, and minus 100 words because it's also highlighting this stuff within the sidebar. So let's just say we've got 1,500 words. We probably need to tack on another 500 or maybe even another 1,000 because again, we saw one article that's got 4,000 words, and you basically want to analyze what's already working, right? And it's just going to make your life a lot easier. So, I mean, you can see we're already here in this position. So we are ranking, but it's better to be in the top 3, ideally top. So what else are people searches related to? So you can go all the way down. Weight gainer bars for skinny females. So you can include that in the post. That could be a H2 tag. Weight gainer bars in the UK. Well, if you're in the US, well, you can change it to US. Bars that make you gain weight like crazy. So what I've done is I've inserted it there. Gain weight like crazy. High calories. So that's ideally what people are looking for because they're looking for weight gainer bars, and what are weight gainer bars going to be? It's going to be high in calories. So that's an LSI keyword. It's just another way of saying it's a synonym for your keyword, right? It's just another way of pronouncing your keyword. So high calorie bars, right? And you're going to want to put that in there. And simply put, you create your article, make sure it answers the user's intent, make sure there's a good amount of words, that's enough. Again, just because you have more words doesn't mean you're going to rank higher. Make sure you placed it in the correct spots. So the H1, there's the Google title, and within the URL, you want your keyword at least in those 3 spots. Personally, from my experience, I found that when you have your keyword in the Google title, that holds the most amount of weight and the most amount of ranking power, in my opinion, from my experience. And next up, you want to ideally mention it in the post and mention variations of that keyword, so high calorie bars, right? And you can go and you can search it up and you can go all the way down and see what else you can find related to this term. You can also go on other people's articles and see what they're writing about. So nutrition breakdown of protein bars. So you can mention the nutritional benefits of protein bars, maybe the average calorie counts as they mention here. So you want to check out other people's articles that are ranking for your particular keyword, right? So very simple, very straightforward. And of course, you can go to the people also ask section, which protein bar is best for gaining weight? What's the best drink to gain weight? But however, I'd say this is a completely different keyword because people are looking for bars. And yeah, this has a different intent, so I wouldn't mention it, right? I'd create a different article on that. Do energy bars make you gain weight? So you can create an FAQ section at the bottom of your page, and you can just go over some basic questions, right? And if you want more people to click, I'd recommend just having buttons instead of text links. And some people say text links work better. Some people say buttons. In my opinion, I think is buttons work better. However, you can just test it and see what you find. Also, make sure to break up the text. You don't want a big block of text. You want to break it up like you can see here. You don't want the writing to be tiny, and you don't want it to be huge because the majority of people will be on a mobile and they'll just have to keep scrolling every second. So make sure it's at a moderate size. And of course, you want to include plenty of headers just to break up the text. And also, don't forget about images. I found that in my experience, if you don't contain any images in your post, you probably won't rank at all. That's from my experience, and I've ranked for a lot of keywords. So as you can see here, everything is just broken up really easily. I've even mentioned the keyword as a H2 tag. You don't have to. If your competitors do, just look it up. And if they do, then just insert it yourself, right? But again, it's within the URL, it's in the H1 tag, and it's within the Google title. So 3 best weight gainer bars. And I've even mentioned it within the post. You can even bold it if you like. And yeah, very simple, very straightforward, right? So that's really the 80-20 principle. And that's pretty much the majority of SEO or on-page SEO from my experience. So next up, this is going to make your life a lot easier. So what I've done is simply imported the article that we have here into this tool, and then I edited the article, and I optimized it via the recommendation this tool is giving me. So this tool is called Phrase.io. It's basically going to help you create content briefs and help you optimize your posts. So let's just say you've imported your particular article in here, and what you can go to is you can click on this topics tab here, and it's just going to show you the keywords that you should be including. And the way they get these keywords is they basically pull in the top 10 results or top 20. You can customize how many results and which results they pull in just to make sure it's 100% accurate. And it'll show you the kind of keywords or search terms they're using. So for example, protein bars, peanut butter, grams of protein, weight loss, flavor, weight gain, grams of fiber. And you can sort these by sources, so see which keywords are being mentioned the most via the sources, or see which search terms are being mentioned the most. So protein bars, that's pretty obvious, right? Because the topic's all about that, carbs, and yeah, very straightforward. I personally like to include these keywords because it just shows Google that you're highly relevant. So sugar content, people want to know that within the protein bars, right? So muscle mass, is this going to help me gain muscle mass? Vegan protein. So this is just another way to further optimize your post, and it's just going to make it a hell of a lot better, right? And it also gives you a score, and you can also go to the questions tab, see what kind of questions people are asking, and you include it within the post. So there's multiple tabs that will help you rank for this keyword. So related, you can just check out these people actually ranking for it. You can also check out the top results, so you can see the average word count. So this is the average word count is 1,500 words, and ours is 1,400, so we may need to bump it up a little bit. We can see the average headers. I have 16. The competitors have 5. Maybe I want to bump it down a little and just see if that helps. So links, I believe these are internal links, and images. So right now it says 0, but I haven't added images in this post, right? I've added it in the actual article. And you can see exactly what your competitors are doing. So it just breaks down this particular site, Workout Uni, we saw on the top page. And it just shows you, and heck, you can even import it within your actual document, right? And you can quote them as well. And this is just going to help you write a lot faster, because let's just say you don't know about the topic you're writing about and the competitors have mentioned the definition of something. Well, you can go ahead and you can see on the right here, and you can just type in your own words the definition of a particular thing, and it won't be considered copywriting it won't be considered plagiarism because they're your own words. So it just helps you create content a lot faster. Again, you can create these content briefs right here. So you can create a content brief, you can pull in a content brief, and if you're interested in learning more about this tool, I've actually done a full in-depth review that I'll leave in the link in the description below. If you're interested in getting this tool, I'll also link that below. And this is an affiliate link, so if you do buy, I will get a commission. So that's pretty much it for this video. That's how you SEO your articles to rank on Google. That's how you'll get a higher conversion rate. As I mentioned, breaking up the posts, adding images, adding buttons, etc. Even adding some internal links is going to help rank your other pages and create relevancy, right? So that's pretty much it for this video. If you're interested in these kinds of videos where I talk about different marketing tools, such as this one, different SEO type of stuff, then make sure to subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.